of students, the future of tomorrow. And that belief is what has given life to the SSDF Teacher Training Program of 2025. Of course, this song in 3 languages speaks to all of us, speaks of the journey that SSDF has been through and what it hopes to achieve through this journey. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we now move to a very inspiring segment titled Train to Gain, Speak to Shine. Training is most powerful when it changes not only what we know, but how we think and how we teach. In this segment, a few of our assistant teachers will share their experiences, reflections, and the benefits they've gained through this 6-month training journey. So I humbly invite our assistant teachers to come forward and speak to shine. Continuing with our trilingual spirit, we now invite Ms. Muna Uthuma Lebbe to address us in Tamil.
கற்றால் உயர்வு கற்பித்தால் மாற்றம். மாண்புமிகு அதிதிகள், மதிப்பிற்குரிய பயிற்றுனர்கள், ஆசிரியர்கள், பெற்றோர்கள் மற்றும் இன்றைய தினம் இவ்விழாவினை சிறப்பிக்க வருகை தந்திருக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் எனது மரியாதை மிகுந்த சலாம். அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும் வரஹ்மத்துல்லாஹி வபரகாத்துஹு. இன்றைய தினம் இப்பட்டமளிப்பு விழாவானது எமது தொழில்முறை பயிற்சி காலத்தில் ஒரு முக்கியமான மைல்கல்லாக கருதப்படுகின்றது. ஆசிரியர் பயிற்சி காலத்தில் நாம் பெற்ற அறிவானது ஒரு மாணவரை ஒரு ஆசிரியராக இருந்து எவ்வாறு எம்மை வடிவமைக்கும் வலிமையான அடித்தளமாக அமையும் என்பதில் கலந்துள்ளது. மாணவர்களின் நிலை, அவர்களது கற்றல் நிலை மற்றும் அவர்களின் உணர்வுலகம் என்பனவற்றை புரிந்து கொண்டு கற்றல் கற்பித்தல் செயற்பாட்டினை மேற்கொள்வதே ஒரு ஆசிரியர் தொழிலின் உன்னத பண்புகளுள் முதன்மையானது. கல்வி என்பது வெறும் தகவல் பரிமாற்றம் மட்டுமல்ல, ஒரு மாணவரிடம் புதைந்திருக்கும் திறமைகளை வெளிக்கொண்டு வரும் செயல்முறை. ஆகையால் நாம் எதிர்காலத்தில் எமது சேவையின் மூலம் மாணவர்களில் தன்னம்பிக்கையினை வளர்த்தல், அவர்களின் சுயநிலையில் முன்னேற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்துதல், நல்ல மனிதராய் உருவாகும் மதிப்புகளை கொண்டு வருதல் என்பனவற்றை எம் முதன்மை நோக்கங்களாக கொண்டு செயற்படுகின்றோம். ஒவ்வொரு மாணவரும் தனித்துவம் மிக்கவர்களே. அவர்களின் சிந்தனை, கனவுகள், ஆளுமை விருத்திக்கு வழிகாட்டுவதனையே ஒரு ஆசிரியராக நாம் எமது பொறுப்பாக கருதுகின்றோம். எங்களுடைய இந்த ஆசிரியர் பயிற்சி பயணத்தில் உதவி ஆசிரியர்களாக எங்களை நியமித்து எங்களுக்குரிய கொடுப்பனவுகளை வழங்கியது மட்டுமன்றி, எங்களுக்கு தேவையான வழிகாட்டல்களையும் ஊக்கத்தினையும் வழங்கி முறையாக பயிற்றுவித்து சிறந்த ஆசிரியர்களாக ஜொலிக்கச் செய்த சரண்டி பாடசாலைகள் அபிவிருத்தி நிறுவனத்திற்கு எமது மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். மேலும் அவர்கள் எமக்களித்த ஆதரவினூடாக இன்றைய தினம் நாங்கள் தன்னம்பிக்கையுடன் கூடிய ஆசிரியர்களாக திகழ்வதில் அளப்பரிய பங்கினை வகிக்கின்றமை குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது. இந்த பட்டமளிப்பு விழா நிறைவின் குறியீடல்ல. இந்த பட்டமளிப்பு விழாவானது நிறைவின் குறியீடல்ல, ஒரு புதிய தொடக்கத்தின் அறிகுறி. மாணவர்களின் எதிர்காலத்தை வளப்படுத்தும் நம் பொறுப்பின் நினைவூட்டல் என்பதனை பெருமையுடன் கூறிக்கொண்டு விடைபெறுகின்றேன். நன்றி.
This graduation is not the end. This graduation is not the end. It is the beginning of a journey. Thank you very much for those very inspiring words, Ms. Muna Uthuma Lebbe, and thank you for delivering it in Tamil to all of us. Next, of course, in the same trilingual spirit, let's now invite Ms. Rifkana Razik to deliver her speech in Sinhala.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Gadu Basnahira Palat Demala Pasal Adhyakshatumaginda SSDF Sabapatituma Atulu Vidayaka Saha Kalamanakara Mandalinda Guru Margopadeshakavaruha Viduhalpati Varunginda Guru Mandalya Atulu Aradita Amutanginda Avasarai. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. යථාර්ථයට වඩා සිහිනය බලවත්ය. සිහිනය යනු ජීවිතය දිනන විශ්වාසයකි. සිහින දිනන ගමනේ මාර්ගය දරා සිටින සිටියම ගුරුවරුන් සතුය. දිනකට සිහින පිරුණු, සිහින අහිමි වුණු, සිහිනම නොදුටු ඇස් ගණනාවක් සහ සිත් සියයකට වූවද එකම දිනකින් ළඟා විය හැකි බලවත්ම වෘතිය ගුරු වෘතියම වේ. බිත්ති 4ක් විනාඩි 40ක් තුල වූවද උපදේශක, සනීපාරක්ෂක, කළමනාකාර එකී මෙකී නොකී සියලුම භූමිකාවන් දරා සිටින මන්දහගිනිය ගුරු වෘතියම වේ. ලොව යහපතට මෙන්ම අයහපතටද ගෙන යා හැකි බලවත්ම අවිය දැනුම වේ. වඳුරාට ලැබුණු දැලි පිහියමෙන් නොව එම අවිය නිසි ලෙස භාවිතා කරන්නේ කෙසේද යන්න පෙන්වා දිය හැක්කේද ගුරුවරුන්ටමය. දරුවන්ගේ අධ්‍යාපනය ගොඩනැගීමට, සමාජය ගොඩනැගීමට ගුරු පුරපාඩු පුරවා ඔවුන්ට වෘත්තීය සුදුසුකම් ලබා දී SSDF කළමනාකර සහ විධායක මණ්ඩලින් සිදු කරන අමිල සේවයට උපමාවක් නොමැත. තවද අපට සහතික සම්මාන ලබා දී අපව දිරිමත් කිරීමටද ඔවුන් අමතක කළේ නැත. ශිෂ්‍යයන්ගේ සාර්ථකත්වය නම් නෞකාව කපිතාන්වරුන් ගුරුවරුන්ම වේ. අපගේ වෘත්තීමය බාධා වලින් ජය ගැනීමට මඟ පෙන්වා දැනුම ලබා දී අදවැනි දවසකට අප සමග යාත්‍රා කොට සිටි ගුරු මාර්ගෝපදක දේශකවරුනි, ඔබ සියලු දෙනාවද ආදරයෙන් සිහි කරමි මෙදින. SSDF ගුරු මණ්ඩලය වෙනුවෙන් කැපවුණු සියලු දෙනාටම හදවතින්ම කෘතඥාව පුද කර නිහඬ වෙමි. ජසාකල්ලාහු ඛෛරා. අස්සලාමු අලයිකුම් වරහමතුල්ලාහි වබරකාතුහු.
The responsibility of a teacher is beyond shaping doctors, engineers, and lawyers. It is also involved in shaping an individual, a citizen, someone who steps into society. And as very correctly pointed out by Ms. Rifkana Razik, 40 minutes, 4 walls. Within that little space, teachers have so much power to shape individuals. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the success of this training would not have been possible without our highly qualified and dedicated lecturers from the National Institute of Education. They have not only shared their expertise, but have truly polished and sharpened the talents of our teachers, challenging them, guiding them, and motivating them to grow. As a mark of gratitude and love, the teacher trainees will now present a special token of appreciation to our respected lecturers. I invite the representatives from the trainee group to come forward for this heartfelt gesture. Let me invite on stage Mr. Iftikhar from TB Jaya Zahira College, Mr. Nabil Mafaz from Al Nasir College, Mr. Siraj from Al Hikmah College, and Mr. Abdullah Jawad from Darus Salam College to present the award. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to make a small announcement of lecturers who couldn't be here, but we would like to appreciate Mr. Jasar Jaufar, Senior Lecturer at NIE, Mr. M.A. M. Rifdi, SLTES, Lecturer of Gampaha Professional Development Center for Teachers, Nitambua. And of course, with that being said, we'd like to now invite on stage Mr. A. Mehraj, SLTES, Lecturer of Dargah Nagar National College of Education, Dargah Town, to receive this token of appreciation. Thank you, Mr. Mehraj, for your service. And please accept this as a token of our appreciation for all the effort, dedication, and commitment you have provided our teachers with. Thank you to our teachers as well. With that being said, we have another token of appreciation to be provided. And to provide this, we'd like to invite the chief guest on stage as well. Alongside our teacher assistants, Miss A.F. Fazina from Fatima Muslim Ladies College, Mrs. Nihmat Asher Al-Hijra Muslim Mahavidyalaya, to present this token with our chief guest chairman, Mr. Rizvi. And this first token of appreciation goes out to Miss A.L.S. Nazira Hassaner, Education Consultant of SSDF and retired principal. Thank you very much for your support, Ms. Nazira Hasner. With that being said, we'd ask the chief guest to remain on stage, as we have now Ms. Rumana from Al-Hikmah College ICF, as well as Ms. M.L. Hazina from Muslim Mahavidyalaya join us on stage to provide the next token of appreciation. This token of appreciation goes out to M.N. Rafaideen, manager of SSDF, retired principal and former principal of Hamza College. Let's give it up for Mr. Rafaideen. Thank you for your support and your commitment to making today happen. Thank you. We'd kindly ask the chief guest to once again remain on stage. Mr. Rizvi, last award to accompany our chief guest today on stage. Let's invite M.M. Rifana, Ms. Rifana from Mariam Girls College, as well as Ms. P. Danusha from Sir Razik Fazid MLC to join on stage to provide the last token of appreciation. And the last token of appreciation goes out to Ms. Shapra Rifai, Business Management Junior Executive of SSDF, for her hard work and dedication to making today happen. Thank you for your hard work and commitment, Ms. Shapra Rifai. Thank you to our chief guests and our teachers for joining us on stage and providing our hard workers of today their token of appreciation. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to hear the last speech from our teacher trainees, and that in English. So let me warmly welcome Ms. Shamruth Rifai, assistant teacher, to share her reflections and insights with us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and a very good afternoon to everyone present here with hearts full of hope and purpose. It is truly an honor and a moment of pride for me to share a few thoughts on the effectiveness gained through the Serendip School Development Foundation Teacher Training Program. This training, generously funded and sincerely supported by Serendip School Development Foundation, was not just another program. It was a transformation. From the very beginning, we weren't just taught the role of a teacher. We were shaped to become impactful, meaningful, and inspiring educators. Through each session, we were introduced to true essence of teaching. We learned how to manage classrooms with empathy and structure, how to bring lessons alive through creative methodologies, and how to understand our students through educational psychology. We mastered assessment and evaluation tools, helping us guide students and more effectively and nurture their academic journeys. But beyond the textbooks and theories, this training awakened our purpose. We realized the depth of responsibility we carry and the power we hold to shape minds, hearts, and futures. Each day spent in this program added a new layer to our growth. It built our confidence, deepened our compassion, and strengthened our skills. We are sincerely grateful to Serendip School Development Foundation, not just for funding, but for truly investing in us, believing in us, and helping us become not just teachers, but mentors and role models. In a world where opportunities like these are rare, SSDF stood by us to empower us with knowledge and dignity. No words can truly express the value of what has given to us. A heartfelt thanks to Chairman of SSDF, the entire Secretariat, and every unseen hand that made this possible. And of course, our gratitude to our panel of lecturers. Your wisdom, patience, and guidance help us grow from within. Because of this program, we now step forward stronger, better equipped, and inspired to lead the next generation with love, care, and purpose. May the Almighty bless you all who contributed to this journey. Teach with heart and plant with care. Tomorrow's leaders will blossom there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rifai, for sharing your journey and how this training went about, and it truly is impactful. We can see in all the three speeches that have been delivered how powerful the training has been, how inspiring the training has been, and the change it is going to create in the lives of the students who are going to be taught by these teachers. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to hear from the guest of honor who has joined us today. So to address the gathering, let me invite on stage Mr. A.S. Najib, Deputy Director of Education and in charge for Tamil medium schools in Western Province.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصليه على رسوله الكريم. SSDF Chairman, the Chief Guest, and all other members of the SSDF, principals of the schools, teachers newly trained, and all other members. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In fact, it fills my heart with joy unspeakable to convey my gratitude to the Almighty, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words among you. on this occasion of, don't know what to say, is it an appointment or a supporting service, anything. Really, it's a very nice and very attractive and well organized support to the Western Province. As you all knew, the Western Province is the very smallest province in size among all other 9 provinces, but it's the very powerful and resourceful province. But it is most distressing to note we are very poor in the teacher deployment, especially in Tamil medium. So in this case, I highly appreciate the contribution of SSDF as you provide us volunteer teachers to fill the gap. Really, I have to shorten my speech within 2 or 3 minutes, so I don't take much time of you. Highly appreciate the contribution of SSDF, and also would like to tell you the new novice teachers, those who are getting appointments by the SSDF from today itself, I think. Teaching is not a profession. It is more than that. It is calling to inspire, motivate, and guide. So my dear teachers, or the future teachers, do not forget your responsibility. It's more than your profession. So as the in charge of Tamil medium school and in the province, I warmly welcome you all to our province, to our schools, to fill the gap. We have already requested the government and the cabinet to appoint, to give the official appointment, but still they are struggling. They are struggling. But during this period of new reforms is being implemented, to be implemented under the theme of transform education, transform Sri Lanka. So transform it through transforming education, we can transform Sri Lanka. So finally, I thank to you all, especially the SSDF, for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Najib, for sharing those kind words with us and reminding us of the importance of training teachers and the gap that we experience in Western Province schools. And of course, with being the Tamil medium schools in charge, we truly appreciate your dedication to uplifting these schools. Tamil as a language needs to be appreciated more in Sri Lanka. It is a language that is seen only as a language of certain provinces. But it's a Sri Lankan language. It needs to be empowered. It needs to be given the space. It needs to be heard. So thank you for your dedication and hard work to these schools that are doing truly their best to uplift children. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to recognize some of our teachers who have gone above and beyond to be there for their students, to be trained and to receive the right guidance, to be able to empower our children. While all the teachers have worked hard, there's a special group we must recognize today. These are the teacher trainees who attended every single session of the training without a single absence. Their consistency reflects deep commitment, discipline, and respect for the opportunity provided by SSDF. As a token of appreciation, SSDF will now present special gifts to the 100% attendance teachers. So I request Mr. Mufti Hashim as well as Mr. M.M. Rafaidin, manager of SSDF, to join us on stage to present these tokens of appreciation. Thank you to our guest of honor, Mr. Mufti Hashim, as well as the Educational Vertical Head of SSDF, as well as Mr. M. Rafaidin, Manager of SSDF, for joining us on stage to provide these awards. And of course, to receive these awards, let's welcome on stage A.G. Jima Al-Hakim Vidyalaya, Miss A.G. Jima first. And to receive the next award, Mrs. M.A.F. Azra from Al Nasser College. With 100% attendance, to receive the next award, Miss M.S.F. Madina from Dar es Salaam College. Receive the next award, Miss MSDF Farika from Dar es Salaam College. Miss B. Ralina from Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss M.L. Hazina from Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Mr. M.F.M. Iftikhar from T.B. Jaya Zahira College. Miss H. Ilmunisa from Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. And lastly, Mr. M.S.M. Siraj from Al Hikmah College. Congratulations to each of you. May your example inspire others to remain consistent in their professional growth. With that being said, I'd like to ask Mr. M. Rafaidin as well as Mr. Mufti Hisham to remain on stage to present the special gift to 3 individuals who have been behind the smooth execution of this training. There has been continuous coordination, communication and support throughout this process. So of course, SSDF would like to celebrate these individuals with a special token of appreciation. To receive this token of appreciation, let's invite on stage Mrs. Rifkana Razik, Mr. Nabil Mafaz, and Mr. Abdullah Jawar. Thank you for your outstanding coordination and support throughout the training sessions. With making sure today happens with technical support, sorting lights, and providing guidance through every step of the way. We ask this. Thank you to our chief guest as well as SSDF manager for providing these tokens of appreciation as well. With that being said, Mr. Mufti Hashim, I think it is time for you to now address the gathering. As the educational vertical head of SSDF and the project coordinator for this particular program, as well as a guest of honor for today, we'd love to hear directly from you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Ayubowan. Vanakkam. The chief guest, the chairman of SSDF, my colleague Rizi Zahid, the guest of honor, Mr. A.S. Najib, Deputy Director of Education for Western Province and also Director in charge of Tamil schools in the Western Province. Also the other my colleagues at SSDF, Board of Directors, Manager Mr. Rafaideen, the education consultant Mrs. Hassanar, principals and also the awardees who are here. It's a great honor to see that this successful program coming to an end and they are receiving the certificates. So this is the beginning of your journey. Of course you have been already teaching, so it's another feather in your cap to enhance your knowledge, and now you know what to do as a teacher. I would like to share a small story that how a true story how a teacher had inspired an individual to greater heights to achieve in his life. It's an individual from a very remote area. I'll tell that in Sinhala. මේ පුද්ගලයා මේ ගමක තරුණයෙක් ඒ දවස්වල දැන් නෙමෙයි. ඔහු ඉස්කෝලේ ගිහිල්ලා O level 3 පාරක් කරා. 3 පාරම maths fail. අපේ තියෙන නීතියට විදිහට maths උයි සිංහලයි කියන්නේ first language fail වුණාම එතනින් එහාට ඉතින් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. කාලකන්ණි කියලා තමයි අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ. ඉතින් මෙයා දැන් බැලුවා දැන් A level කරන්නත් බෑ. A level පටන් ගත්තා maths අරන් දෙන්නම් කියලා fail වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ මෙයා ගිහිල්ලා වැඩ කරනවා මේ වඩු බාස් කෙනෙක් ගාව ගෝලයෙක් විදිහට. දවසක් වැඩ ඇරලා එනකොට මෙයාට ඉස්කෝලේ maths teacherව හම්බ වුණා පාරේදී. ඇහුවා මොකක්ද දැන් ඔබ කරන්නේ? සර් මම මේ බාසු නැහැ කෙනෙක් ගාව ගෝලයා විදිහට පිස්සුද බං ඔහොම කරන්නේ? ඇයි ආයෙ විභාග කරේ නැත්තේ? නෑ වරෙන් මම උගන්වන්න. And he has personally taken the interest and taught him maths. ඊට පස්සේ ආයතව පාරක් කරා. එක්සෑම් එක ගොඩ. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් ඉස්කෝලේ යනකොට මෙයාට අවුරුදු 19යි. A level පටන් ගන්නකොට. අනික් ළමයි ඔක්කොම අවුරුදු 16යි. මෙයාට අවුරුදු 19යි. ඉතින් ඔක්කොමලා අයියා කියලා කිව්වේ ඉස්කෝලේ. කියලා පස්සේ මෙයා මේ කතාව රූපවාහිනියේ ගිය කතාවක් මම කියන්නේ. මෙයා මේ ඒ ඇංකර් මෙයාට කතා කරනකොට කියනවා මේ ඔබතුමා දෙවියෝ ඉන්නවයි කියලා අදහනවද කියලා. ඒතකොට එයා කියනවා මේ ගොක්කයි කියනවනේ අම්මා දෙවි කෙනෙක් තාත්තා දෙවි කෙනෙක් ඒ වගේ එයා කියනවා මට නම් මගේ හිටපු ගුරුවරයෙක් ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම දෙවිවරු තමයි ඒ ගුරුවරයා තමයි මගේ දෙවියා කියලා. ඉතින් මෙයා අරයා ගුරුවරයා උදව් කරලා මෙයා O level පාස් වෙනවා. පාස් වෙලා A level කරනවා. A level කරපුවාම ඉස්කෝලේ හොඳම රිසල්ට්ස් යුනිවර්සිටි එකට යනවා. එයා කියනවා ඒ යුනිවර්සිටි එකට ගියදා A level වලින් ගියදා ඉඳන් ඒ දක්වා ඒ රූපවාහිනී වැඩසටහන වෙනකන් විභාග 81ක් කරලා තියෙනවායි කියලා ඒ 81කින් හැම එකක්ම පළවෙනියා හරි දෙවෙනියා හරි. He is none other than Professor Gamini Gunasinghe, Head of Sociology at the Sri Jawaharlal University now. Just imagine if that person didn't meet that teacher on the road. He would be a carpenter somewhere there. But today, he is a renowned professor, Gamini Gunasinghe. So this is the power of a teacher. This is the power of a teacher. The teaching is an amanat. Teaching is a trust. It's not a job. You have a huge responsibility. You have a responsibility fundamentally transmitting your knowledge to the students. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ දැනුම ඒ ළමයින්ට කියලා දෙන එක. ඒ දැනුම කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ ඒ ළමයින්ට අද තත්ත්වය අනුව ලෝකයේදී it's a very challenging job. හරිම අමාරු කාර්යයක් ගුරුවරයෙක් කියන එක. හේතුව ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දැන් ඉස්සර නම් අපි ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලේ ගුරුවරයා මොන හරි කියලා දුන්නොත් ඒක පිළිගත්ත ආවා. දැන් එහෙම නෙමෙයිනේ. ඒ ළමයාට ෆෝන් එක අතට හම්බෙච්ච ගමන් Google කරලා බලනවා මේ කියපු දේ හරිද කියලා. ඒක මගේ ළමයින්ගෙනුත් උනා. ඒ නිසා අපි ළමයින්ගේ ඉගෙනීම කරන්න ඕනේ ඒ ළමයින්ට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් the learning ability. It is not that you are teaching, rather than that it's a learning process. ඒ ළමයින්ට කොහොමද දැනුම ලබා ගන්නේ කියන එක තමයි ඕගොල්ලන් ඒ ළමයින්ට කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක මොනවා වුණත්. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඒ ළමයින්ට ඕගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ ethics, values, integrity මේවත් එක්ක තමයි යන්න ඕනේ. ඒව සෑහෙන්න වැදගත් අද සොසයිටි එකට. මොන ආගම හරි කමක් නැහැ. කරන ආගමක් අදහන්න ඒ ළමයින්ට උගන්වන්න. ඒකෙන් තමයි ළමයිගේ character එක build වෙන්නේ. The character is built through all those things. Civic responsibility රටක වුණාම රටේ පිට නීතිය ගැන උගන්වන්න. අපේ තියෙන environment එකට තියෙන responsibility එක අපිට හොඳට දැනෙනවා මේ ළඟදි වෙච්ච ව්‍යසනයෙන්. දැන් මම 78 ගම් වතුර වෙනකොට ගම්පල හිටියා. ඒ කියන්නේ ගම්පල සහිරයකට ගියේ. අපේ ගෙදරට ආවේ නෑ වතුර. අපි උඩ තැනක හිටියේ නිසා. පොඩ්ඩක් ආවා. අඟල් 6ක් විතර. දැන් ওই ගම්පල සහිරයක ඉස්සරහින් තියෙන රේල් පාරෙන් ඉස්සර කොම වෙල. ඒ වෙලේ එදා තිබුණා මං හිතන්නේ ගෙවල් 50ක් විතර. අද ගෙවල් 1500ක් විතර තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි දන්නවා මේ රටේ අපිට කොහොමද අප්‍රූවල් ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා නේද? අප්‍රූවල් අරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා ගඟෙත් ගෙවල් හදනවා. අන්තිමට දැන් මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? ඕකේ වෙන වෙන හේතු ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. ඕක ඔය වේල්ල හැදුවේ ගම්පල මේ ගම් වතුර නවත්තන්න. අවාසනාවකට ඒක හරියට මැනේජ් වෙලා නැහැ මේ පාර. නමුත් අපෙත් තියෙනවා රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එකක් මේ අපේ එන්වයරන්මන්ට් එකට. ඉතින් ඒවා කරන්න ඕනේ පාසලේ ගුරුවරයා තමයි ඒවා මූලිකව ඒක කියන්න ඕනේ ළමයින්ට. දැහැමිකම තමන්ගේ තියෙන රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එක මේ හැම දෙයක්ම අපි තමයි කියන්න ඕනේ. We have to tell them. So it is not only just the teaching the subject, because I can remember when I was in school, I had a teacher, Mr. Veerakon, who was teaching maths for us. I started Sinhala. You see, when he come to the class, he had unbelievable respect from the students because he could earn that. You know, half the class he will tell what he read on the Reader's Digest those days and the stories. I got an A for my O-levels, but it's a fabulous teacher because he was beyond a teacher. So that is the character you got to build. You are a change agent. You are a change agent. Don't think you are okay. Everybody do a job to get a salary, but this is much more responsibility. My parents were teachers. I know how they worked. Right? Because you are a change agent. You are making that character. You see, it is your responsibility not only for the student, not only for that children's parents, even for the country. Because why? You are creating a human capital. So for that, you have to support that child to find their career enthusiasm, career direction. You have to guide them for that career direction for those children. These all can be done by the teachers. Don't just do the period and come back. Have an idea of each of your child, each and every children. What is there? And also, this, I don't know whether you all have heard, in one of the leading international schools, a student committed suicide last week at the Hivala. One of my friend and psychiatric says this year alone 82 children, school children, have committed suicide in Sri Lanka. Why? Because we take it very simple. The mental health, we don't give any consideration. It is you as teachers are the first point to identify whether this child has suffering from a mental health issue. We got to support those children. It's no point telling they may be acting weirdly, they may be acting differently, but isn't it our responsibility to support those children? So all these things, because you are the contact with that child. Unfortunately, in Sri Lanka especially, parents are not prepared to accept the child has a mental sickness. But you got to insist, you have to inform others, tell this child needs support. You also have to be non-partial, you can't support children. And also understand we are living in a multicultural country. Respect other religions, respect other cultures. It is definitely not a defer to your religion, whatever religion you practice, doesn't matter. But you must live in this country with harmony with everyone. We have to respect other cultures. We have to respect other religions' functions, Vesak or Poson or the feast of a church or whichever it is, festivals of other religions. So all these things, first communicator for those children are you. So that is why I said you are the change agent. You are creating a character with respectful, with empathy, understanding others, concern for the environment, concern for the society at large, concern for this country. Because we got to build this country. We have to support everybody for that purpose, to build this country. So, thank you very much. Congratulations, every recipient. You are already teachers. You are teaching in the schools. And this is a small support from SSDF for you all to enhance your profession, your career. All the very best. Don't stop here. Continue to study. Do your degrees. Go to greater heights. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Hashim, for that inspiring story, and I could not agree more. Teachers definitely are the change agents in the lives of students. I know of a similar story of someone who failed maths in O-levels, who would have ended up a farmer, but today is a senior lecturer at Colombo University. So, of course, the journey of these individuals is very much shaped by those teachers who told them to never give up, who believed in these students, who didn't take that failure in a paper as a failure in life. So, of course, with that being said, we will now be moving on to the keynote address, which is to be made by the senior lecturer from National Institute of Education, Mr. Jazar Jafar. But instead, we have Mr. Mihraj Amir on behalf of him today, the lecturer from College of Education, joining us to give the keynote address.
பிஸ்மில்லாஹிர் ரஹ்மானிர் ரஹீம். இந்த நிகழ்வின் பிரதம அதிதி அவர்களே, கௌரவ அதிதி அவர்களே, ஏனைய அதிதிகளே, பாடசாலையின் அதிபர்களே, ஆசிரியைகளே, அவர்களின் உறவினர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும் வரஹ்மத்துல்லாஹி வபரகாத்துஹு. ஒரு சின்ன கேள்வியோட என்னுடைய உரையை ஆரம்பிக்கலாம் என்று நான் நினைக்கின்றேன். 4வது மனிதர்கள் இங்கு இருக்கிறீர்களா? நான் நினைக்கிறேன் எல்லாரும் யோசிக்கிறீங்க. முன்னால் இருக்கின்ற 3 மனிதர்களும் யார் என்று தெரிந்தால் தானே 4வது மனிதர் யார் என்று எங்களுக்கு தெரியும். அப்பத்தானே நான் பதில் சொல்லலாம் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க. எஸ், நம்முடைய தலைவர் ரசூல் ஸல்லல்லாஹு அலைஹி வஸல்லம் அவர்கள் அழகான ஒரு விடயத்தை சொல்லி காட்டினார்கள். ஒன்று, நீங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸாக இருங்கள், கற்பவர்களாக இருங்கள், அல்லது கற்பிப்பவர்களாக இருங்கள், ஆசிரியர்களாக இருங்கள், அல்லது அவர்களுக்கு உதவுகின்ற நபர்களாக இருங்கள், 4வது நபர்களாக இருந்து விடாதீர்கள் என்று கூறினார்கள். நான் நினைக்கிறேன் இந்த மண்டபத்துக்குள்ள அந்த 4வது நபர்கள் யாரும் இருக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பில்லை. அல்ஹம்துலில்லாஹ், நம்முடைய சமூகத்திற்கு கிடைத்திருக்கின்ற ஒரு மாபெரும் சொத்து SSDF. எங்க உங்களோட கரகோசங்களை காடவே இல்லை. இந்த SSDF-க்கு உருவாகி இருக்கின்ற உணர்வு அல்லது அவர்களுக்கு இருக்கின்ற ஆர்வம், அவர்களுக்கு இருக்கின்ற ஆசை, இவை எல்லா மனிதர்களுக்கும் கிடைப்பது கிடையாது. எல்லாரும் ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேசினாங்க, நான் தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன். ஈஸியாக எல்லாருக்கும் விளங்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த உணர்வு யாருக்கும் இலகுவாக கிடைப்பதும் கிடையாது. அல்லாஹு தாலாவினுடைய அருள், நிஅமத். இவர்கள் வாழ வேண்டும், நீண்ட காலம் வாழ வேண்டும், அவர்களுடைய உணர்வுகளும் ஆசைகளும் எண்ணங்களும் நீண்ட காலம் வாழ வேண்டும். அதற்காக பிரார்த்தனை செய்து கொள்கின்றேன். அல்லாஹு தாலா உங்களுக்கு அருள் புரிய வேண்டும். நம்முடைய நாட்டில் பெரும்பாலான பிரதேசங்களில் ஆசிரியர்களுக்கு தட்டுப்பாடு ஏற்படுவது கிடையாது. ஆனால் இந்த மேல் மாகாணத்தில் ஆசிரியர்களுக்கான தட்டுப்பாடு நிறையவே இருக்கிறது. இலங்கையில் ஆசிரியர்கள் தேவைப்படுகின்ற போது பாடசாலைகளுக்கு வாலண்டியர் டீச்சர்ஸ் சேர்த்து கொள்ளப்பட்டு அவர்கள் கடமை ஆற்றுகின்றார்கள். இருந்தாலும் ஏன் களுத்துற அல்லது அதனை தாண்டி செல்கின்ற பேருவல, தர்கா டவுன் என்ற அந்த பிரதேசங்களில் கூட அந்த வாலண்டியர் டீச்சர்ஸு கொடுக்கப்படுகின்ற சலரி ஒரு சொற்ப அளவிலான சலரி. நான் நினைக்கிறேன் ஒரு 15,000 மேக்சிமம். ஆனால் இங்கிருக்கின்ற உங்களை பொறுத்தவரையில் 50,000க்கு கிட்ட அல்லது அந்த சலரி எடுக்கின்றவர்கள் இருக்கின்றீர்கள் என்று நான் நினைக்கின்றேன். மிக பெரும் தியாகம், மிக பெரும் தியாகம். அல்லாஹு தாலா அவர்களை இந்த உணர்வோடு வாழ்ந்து மரணிப்பதற்கு அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் என்று பிரார்த்தித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். எதிர்காலத்தில் SSDF இதனை விட பெரும் பங்களிப்புகளை நம்முடைய சமூகத்திற்கு செய்ய முடியும் என்ற ஒரு சிந்தனையும் என்னுள்ளே ஏற்பட்டது. நான் இங்கு நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற இந்த நிகழ்வுகளை பார்க்கின்ற போது அப்படியான ஒரு சிந்தனை ஏற்பட்டது. உதாரணமாக, எதிர்காலத்தில் ஒரு பாடசாலையை தனியாக நின்று நடாத்துவதற்கான தகுதியும் வல்லமையும் அந்த ஆற்றலும் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கிறது. அதனை நீங்கள் செய்யலாம், செய்ய வேண்டும். ஏனென்றால் இவர்கள் வாலண்டியர் டீச்சர்ஸாக இருக்கிறார்கள். ஒரு காலகட்டம் வருகின்ற போது பாடசாலைக்கு தேவையான ஆசிரியர்களை, நியமன ஆசிரியர்களை பெற்றுக்கொள்கின்ற போது இவர்களுடைய நிலைமை கேள்விக்குறியாக மாறிவிடலாம். அவர்களுக்கான வாய்ப்பை நாங்கள் எதிர்காலத்திலே உறுதிப்படுத்த வேண்டிய தேவை இருக்கிறது. அதே போன்று இந்த ஆசிரியர்களுக்குள்ளே நான் ஏற்கனவே நசீரா மிஸ்ஸோட கதைச்சேன் மேடத்தோட. இந்த ஆசிரியர்களுக்குள்ளே இன்னும் முன்னேறி செல்கின்ற தன்மையுள்ள பலர் இருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்களுக்கான நிரந்தர நியமனத்தை பெற்றுக் கொடுக்க முடியுமான வாய்ப்பும் இருக்கிறது. முடியுமாக இருந்தால் அந்த வாய்ப்பை நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் அலசி ஆராய்ந்து அதற்கான ஏற்பாடுகளை செய்து கொடுங்கள். பெரும் பயனுள்ளதாக அது அமையும். ஏற்கனவே அது சம்பந்தமாக கதைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. எனவே இந்த எஸ்எஸ்டிஎஃப்பை பற்றி சொல்வதாக இருந்தால் நிறைய சொல்லலாம். அல்ஹம்துலில்லாஹ். உங்களுடைய இந்த ஆசிரியர்களை பற்றி சொல்வதாக இருந்தால் சில விஷயங்களை நான் தொட்டிக்காட்ட வேண்டிய தேவை இருக்கிறது. சுமார் 4 மாதங்களுக்கு மேலதிகமாக அவர்களோடு தொடர்பில் இருந்தவன் என்ற வகையில் இவர்களுடைய அந்த ட்ரைனிங் கால பகுதியிலே 4 பிரதானமான பாடத்துறைகள் சம்பந்தமாக நாங்கள் அவர்களுக்கு கற்பித்தோம். மிஸ்டர் ஜசார் ஜாஃபருடைய தலைமையின் கீழ் அந்த நிகழ்வுகள் நடைபெற்று கொண்டிருந்தன. முக்கியமாக கல்வி உளவியல், கல்வி முறையியல், கல்வி அசஸ்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஃபிலோசபி, மூல தத்துவங்கள் என்ற அந்த 4 பாடத்துறைகள் சம்பந்தமாக இந்த ஆசிரியர்களுக்கு கற்பிக்கப்பட்டது. நான் காலேஜ் ஆஃப் எஜுகேஷனில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். எங்களோட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் அண்ட் பிளாக் டீச்சிங் என்று நிறைய அவர்கள் போவார்கள் பாடசாலைகளுக்கு. அவர்களுடைய ட்ரைனிங் கால பகுதியிலே அவர்களிடம் காணாத பல திறமைகளையும் ஆற்றல்களையும் இந்த ஆசிரியர்களிடத்திலே நான் கண்டேன். பலரை நான் ஒப்சர்வ் பண்ணின பல ஆசிரியர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள். நான் நினைக்கின்றேன் அதில் பெரும்பாலானவர்கள் 195 அல்லது 90% அதிகமானவர்கள் 75 புள்ளிகளுக்கும் அதிகமாக பெற்ற ஆசிரியர்கள். இப்படி நான் புள்ளிகள் வழங்குவது கிடையாது. எங்களுடைய காலேஜ் ஆஃப் எஜுகேஷனில் மேராசிரியர்கிட்ட இருந்து புள்ளி கிடைக்கிறதால் அது பெரிய விஷயம் என்று சொல்வார்கள். ஆனால் இவர்களுக்கு நான் கொடுத்தேன். மாஷா அல்லாஹ், நீங்கள் சமூகத்துக்கு தேவையானவர்கள். பாடசாலை அந்த செக்டருக்குள்ளே இருக்க வேண்டிய ஆசிரியைகள் தான் நீங்கள். அல்ஹம்துலில்லாஹ். அந்த திறமையும் ஆளுமையும் அந்த டேலண்ட்டும் உங்களிடம் இல்லாமல் இருந்தால் அந்த பாடசாலைகளுக்குள் நீங்கள் இன்று வரை நின்று பிடிக்க முடியாத நிலையை அனுப்பப்பட்டிருப்பீர்கள். அந்த டேலண்ட் தான் உங்களை அங்கே இன்றும் நிலைத்து நிற்க துணை செய்கிறது. எனவே மிகச்சிறந்த ஒரு டீமை பெற்றிருக்கிறீர்கள். மிகச்சிறந்த ஒரு டீமை நீங்கள் பல கஷ்டங்களுக்கு மத்தியிலே பயிற்சி அளித்து அவர்களை உங்களுடைய கைகளுக்குள்ளே வைத்திருக்கின்றீர்கள். தொடர்ந்தும் அவர்களுக்கான ஏற்பாடுகளை செய்து கொடுப்பதனூடாக அவர்களுடைய அந்த தொழில் வாண்மைத்துவத்தை மேம்படுத்திக் கொள்வதற்கு உதவ வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன். அத்தோடு முக்கியமாக இன்னொரு விஷயம், உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், இலங்கையில் எஜுகேஷன் கவுன்சில் என்ற ஒரு அமைப்பை ஏற்படுத்துவதற்கு இலங்கை அரசாங்கம் முயற்சித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதற்கான டிராஃப்ட் வரையப்பட்டு அரசாங்கத்திடம் ஒப்படைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அதிலே ஒரு மெம்பராக நான் இருக்கிறேன் என்ற வகையில் ஆசிரியர்களுக்கு சொல்கின்ற ஒரு முக்கியமான விடயம், எதிர்காலத்தில் டீச்சிங் என்ற அந்த ப்ரொஃபஷனலுக்குள்ள நீங்கள் இருக்க வேண்டுமாக இருந்தால் நீங்கள் பேசிக் டிகிரி ஒன்று பிஎட் முடித்திருக்க வேண்டும் அல்லது டிகிரியோட பிஜிடியை செய்திருக்க வேண்டும். அது அரச பாடசாலைகளாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, பிரைவேட் ஸ்கூல்ஸாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஈவன் மதரசாக்களாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, முஸ்லிம் சமூகத்தில் காணப்படுகின்ற மதரசாக்களில் கற்பிக்கின்றவர்கள் கூட பேசிக் குவாலிஃபிகேஷனை பெற்றிருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு விடயம் உட்படுத்தப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. மட்டுமல்லாமல் உங்களுடைய அடுத்த ஸ்டேஜஸ், மாஸ்டர்ஸ், எம்ஃபில், பிஹெச்டி என்ற அந்த நிலைகளுக்கு வருகின்ற போது உங்களுடைய சலரிகள் நீங்கள் நினைக்காத அளவு உயர்த்தப்படுவதற்கான வாய்ப்புகள் அங்கு இருக்கிறது. அப்படியான வாய்ப்புகள் கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று முன்மொழியப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. உதாரணமாக சொல்வதாக இருந்தால், நீங்கள் பேசிக் குவாலிஃபிகேஷனோட பிஎட்டோட அல்லது டிகிரி அண்ட் பிஜிடி இந்த பேசிக் குவாலிஃபிகேஷனோட டீச்சிங்குள்ளே வந்தால் நார்மலாக உங்களுடைய சேலரி 1.5 லட்சத்துக்கு மேலே, மாஸ்டர்ஸ் முடிக்கிற நேரம் 2.5க்கு மேலே, இப்படியான நிலைமைகள் அந்த டிராஃப்டுக்குள்ளே இருக்கிறது. எனவே உங்களுடைய தகுதியையும் உங்களுடைய ஆளுமைகளையும் வளர்த்து கொள்வதற்கான ஏற்பாடுகளை நீங்கள் செய்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்று உங்களிடம் வேண்டிக்கொண்டு, எதிர்காலத்திலே இன்னும் பொருத்தமான வாய்ப்புகளை இவர்களுக்கு நீங்கள் ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுப்பதனூடாக சமூகத்தின் மேம்பாட்டிற்கும் பாடசாலைகளினுடைய அபிவிருத்தி நிலைக்கு நீங்கள் உதவ முடியும் என்று கூறி விடைபெறுகின்றேன். ஜஸாக்குமுல்லாஹு ஹைரன், பாரக்கல்லாஹு ஃபீக்கும்.
Thank you, Mr. Mihraj, for sharing with us the talent of the teachers who are graduating today, for sharing with us the journey and what they're capable of doing, of course, in a language that everyone here understands. If I could speak Tamil that well, I would too carry on this session completely in Tamil. So apologies on my behalf for speaking in English. But of course, thank you, Mr. Mihraj, for connecting with everyone here today and making sure they know the value of the event that is happening. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to move into one of the happiest segments of our program, the very session that everyone has been looking forward to, the awarding of certificates to our dedicated teacher trainees who have successfully completed phase 1 of the SSDF Teacher Training Program 2025. These teachers attended training sessions every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., guided by expert resource persons from the National Institute of Education, with a strong focus on child-centered learning, classroom engagement, bilingual and inclusive education, assessments and evaluation, curriculum adaptation, integrating morals and values. They have invested in themselves to better serve their students. So I kindly invite the chief guest, Mr. Rizvi Zahid, to join us on stage to begin the certificate awarding. And to present the first few certifications to accompany the chief guest, let me invite on stage Mrs. Farina Hafil. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to award the certificates of the SSDF teachers who have completed phase 1 of the teacher training program in 2025. So I ask you to invite all these award winners with applause, with appreciation for their awards. With that being said, let us now invite on stage our award winners. Miss MNF Asna from Kairia Girls College. Mr. MFM Iftikhar from TB Jaya Zahira College. Mr. MTF Samila from Mariam Girls College. Apologies, Miss MTF Samila from Mariam Girls College. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the round of applause going. This is indeed the celebration of these trainees, of these teachers who are going to be the change makers of tomorrow. So let's welcome on stage Mr. MSM Siraj from Al Hikmah College. Mr. MJM Abdullah from Darus Salam College. Miss Florence Samuel from Darus Salam College. Miss H.N. Tahira from St. Sebastian Singhala Vidyalaya. Mr. MMM Nabil from Al Nasser College. Miss A.F. Fazina from Fatima Muslim Ladies College. Miss Fatima Azra Ramzi from Fatima Muslim Ladies College. And Miss P. Danusha from Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. Thank you, Mrs. Farina Hafil, for joining us to present the first few awards. And to present the next few awards, we'd like to invite Mr. Shahid Sangani to accompany the chief guest on stage. And to receive the next award, let's welcome on stage Miss ICF Rumana Al Hikma College. Miss H. Ilmunisa from Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. And for the next award, Miss MNF Fasna from Al Hikma College. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going for our graduates of today. Miss MRF Asma from Fatima Muslim Ladies College. Miss MK Rumana Mazia from Al Hikma College. And for the next award, Miss Abdul Ghafoor Jima from Al Hikma Vidyalaya. Miss SMF Shakira from Al Hikma College. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the applause going for the teachers who are truly outperforming themselves through this training program. Mr. MTF Rifnas from Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. Apologies, Miss MTF Rifnas from Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. Miss Fatima Fazina from Al Nasr College. Miss Akshana Kaiser from Dar es Salaam College. Thank you, Mr. Shahid Sangani, for accompanying the chief guest to present these awards. And now we'd like to invite Mr. Adil to join the chief guest on stage, to accompany the chief guest on stage to present the next few awards. And to receive the next award, let us welcome on stage Miss RFF Shafna from St. Sebastian Mahavidyalaya. And to the next certificate completion award goes to Miss MSF Shahdia from Fatima Muslim Ladies College. Miss MNF Shihara from Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. Miss MRF Rifkana from Khairia Girls College. Miss MTH Hafsa from St. Sebastian Mahavidyalaya. Miss Amana Bashrat from Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss Eminen Nihmat Arshad from Al Hijra Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss J. Raisa Hishma from Fatima Muslim Ladies College. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our teachers who have completed phase 1. Let's empower them, let's motivate them to keep going. This is only the beginning of their journey. Miss MFF Jasmila from Darussalam College. Miss Fatima Farika Dawood from Darussalam College. Miss MHF Nuskia from Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our teachers on stage with a round of applause, with a well-deserved round of applause. Miss Fatima Shirana Al Hijra Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss MSF Madina from Darussalam College. Mr. A.M. Abdul Aziz from Al Hidayah College. Thank you, Mr. Adil, for joining us on stage to present these certificates to our teachers who have completed phase 1. And of course, moving on to the next certificates, we'd like to invite Mr. Mufti to accompany the chief guest on stage to present these certificates. As Mr. Mihraj mentioned, many of these teachers who completed this certification have received 75 marks or above. And of course, these are teachers who have now completed their certification with 75 marks or above. So let's welcome on stage Ms. Fatima Shamrut Rifai, Darussalam College, with 75 marks and above. Miss A.N. Hasra from Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. Reminding you once again, these are teachers who've sacrificed their Saturdays to educate your children, to empower your future. Miss M.R.F. Fasmina from Al Hidayah College. Miss M.R.F. Zainab, Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. Miss M. Aswar Fatima Azra from Al Nasser College. Miss M.W.F. Shanas from Khairia Girls College. Let's keep the round of applause going for our outstanding performers, our outstanding teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with a round of applause Miss Shafana Siddiq, Al Hakim Vidyalaya. Miss M.M. Rifana Mariam Girls College. Miss B. Ralina Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss M.A.F. Asira from Dar es Salaam College. Thank you, Mr. Mufti, for accompanying the chief guest on stage to present these awards of our successful certificate completion teachers and to present the top 10 performer certificates. Let's invite Mr. Najib on stage to accompany the chief guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to present the top 10 performers in completing phase 1 of this teacher training certification of 2025. So let's welcome on stage Miss M.L. Hazina from Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Miss M.I.F. Sajida from Dar es Salaam College. Miss M.A.F. Azifa from Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. Miss Muna Utmalebe from Al Hakim Vidyalaya. Miss M.N. Fatima Halida from St. Sebastian Mahavidyalaya. Miss Fatima Shamla Sadiq Al Hijra Muslim Mahavidyalaya. And now we have 3 teachers who have gotten the second highest score in completing the training. And let's welcome on stage Miss M.I.A. Amina Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. Apologies. Sir Razik Farid Muslim Ladies College. Once again, with the second highest score, Miss M.R.F. Rivka from Dr. Badiuddin Mahmood College. And once again, with the second highest score, Miss Fatima Shifa Ramseen from Milad Muslim Mahavidyalaya. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the best performer of the teacher training program. With the highest score, Miss F. Nusrat Salim Deed for this award. Let's welcome her on stage. From Al Nasr College, Miss F. Nusrat Salim Deed. Congratulations on your outstanding performance and completing the phase 1 of the teacher training program of SSDF 2025. And I'd like to thank Mr. Najib for accompanying the chief guest on stage to award these awards as well. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all our graduates. Your dedication is truly a blessing to our students. And now let's invite the chief guest, Mr. Rizvi Zahid, Chairman of SSDF, the respected leader for his commitment to public service development and the advancement of education in our region, to now speak to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Mr. Najib, a guest of honor and a close partner with SSDF in our work. My colleagues at SSDF on the board who are present here today, leading the panel of lecturers and the teachers who guided the teachers today, Mr. Mizan. Our principals from all the SSDF schools present here today, Mrs. Nazira Hassanar, who has been a pillar of strength to SSDF in this program, Mr. Rafaidin from our team as well, teachers who have graduated today, and your parents, and I believe some of your spouses may also be here. A very warm welcome. Assalamu alaikum to each of you. Firstly, to all the teachers who have completed your training 4 months and who are receiving your formal certificates today, although you have started teaching already, congratulations. And as Mr. Najib and as Mufti also mentioned, yours is a big responsibility. Yours is a very big responsibility, because in this current moment of time where education is concerned, where Muslim community is concerned, we have lots of challenges. Even young people who are requiring a lot of support have a lot of challenges. So the role of the teacher, as Ms. Milad also mentioned very rightfully, very eloquently put across, is multifold. You have gained knowledge today on pedagogy, on teaching over the 4-month period. I just like to leave one thought with you with regard to aligning yourself with your students. When you go into the classroom, and some of you showed great character when you presented in Tamil, Sinhala and English about what you have learned. You showed a lot of character in what are the skills that you have acquired. But one of the most important skills, particularly in the classroom, I'm sure our respected principals here, whom we had a lot of discussions, will agree, is that we have to be very student and, as Mufti said, learner-centric. The students who come to the classroom, who come to the schools, are coming from different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, different social backgrounds, different personal characteristics, and as the Mufti alluded to, and we discussed at SSDF also, there's a lot of social turbulence and emotional turbulence in the students, which is a factor that is affecting their studies. So I think it is very important for you teachers who have graduated today. The skill I'm going to talk about, I'm sure our respected principals and others who lead education are aware, it's a very important skill. So dear teachers who are embarking on this journey to teach, it is a skill that will not only help you in your role as a teacher, but it will help you in your personal life as well. And this skill, today people probably are aware of it, is a skill of being emotionally intelligent. Emotionally intelligent. And one of those skills or parts of emotional intelligence is to be self-aware. And I'm sure in the training also, in the psychology of learning, this has been covered, but very relevant in the current day. To be aware when you sit in the class and you see students responding to your teaching and they are learning in different ways, there is a reason why a student may not be learning on a Monday morning or a Tuesday morning or a Tuesday afternoon. That student must be coming from a home where the father and mother had a fight, or must have not had enough to eat. So emotional intelligence means to be empathetic. As a teacher, I'm sure you can learn the skill of empathy. Today you don't need to go to a course to learn. If somebody triggers you with the need to be empathetic, you can learn that skill from the internet. You can learn that by going to a class or a course, and there are a lot of resources available. And the skill of empathy is very important, to be able to get into another person's shoes or sandals. Then you understand what teaching or learning intervention can be made effective. And this also helps with all these issues of suicides, disappointment, etc. So dear teachers, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you. Some of you have done excellently well. Some of you attended 100% of the classes. Others had difficulties. At SSDF, we used to always track your progress at our monthly meetings, and Mrs. Nazira used to give a glowing report on how you are progressing, together with the teachers as well. But my request to you is to use this skill wisely and make this not just a profession, but a way to become a better human being. I think in that theme song which we showed, there were so many sayings from very learned people across history that teaching is a noble profession. Mufti Hashim looked at it as an amanat. It is Allah has blessed us with the ability to be teachers. A lot of us didn't have the ability to be teachers, but even in the corporate world where I worked almost all of my career, I used to have greatest sense of achievement when I teach people. In my role as a HR person, a manager can also be a human resource person. So every teacher must also be a HR manager. That way you will manage your homes also very well. So please make use of the training you have had for 4 months, together with the courses that were taught, and make use of these skills of empathy and emotional intelligence. A lot of you are intelligent young men and ladies. Please use the internet. We do with a lot of our partner organizations like Learn for Life. Ms. Mandari is here as well, Mandari. We do a lot of programs periodically on enhancing skills with various types of interventions. So make use of these skills, and I'm sure your role as a teacher will not only be a fulfilling one, but will be a blessed one. And the Almighty and the Muslim community and society will be grateful for you. So I wish you all the very best. Good luck in your role, and may you be successful teachers, successful fathers and mothers, and useful citizens of Sri Lanka. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Rizvi, for the guidance that you're providing the teachers with. And this will definitely be taken on in their journey when they teach the students in those classrooms. Thank you for your presence here today. Thank you for the great encouragement you are providing SSDF and the teachers that have graduated today. So, of course, with that being said, there is a token of appreciation awaiting for the SSDF team through the teacher assistants. In any impactful initiative, there is an organization working tirelessly behind the scenes. So today, our teacher assistants wish to express their gratitude to SSDF for organizing and facilitating this entire training program, from planning and coordination to resources and guidance, and to today awarding them. I now invite the representatives of the teacher assistants to come forward to present the token of appreciation to SSDF. Let's welcome on stage the steering committee, Ms. Shamrit Rifai, Mr. Nabil, Mr. Iftikhar, Mr. Siraj, Mr. Abdullah, Mr. Abdul Aziz, Ms. Jasmila, Ms. Rifkana, Ms. Jima, Ms. Muna, and Ms. Shafana on stage to present this token of appreciation. The teacher assistants joining us on stage would like to thank SSDF for planning and coordinating and rewarding them today through this training program. So to receive the token of appreciation, let's welcome on stage the SSDF chairman and EXCO members. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the SSDF organizing committee. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the SSDF EXCO members, please do join us on stage alongside the chairman to receive this token of appreciation from the teacher assistants. Thank you for recognizing the hidden talent these teachers have. Thank you for training them. Thank you for providing them the support and guidance. and bringing them to where they are today in this award ceremony. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for SSDF and their hard work to creating a change in the future of our children. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to our teacher assistants for this award, for this token of appreciation for SSDF. You may now take your seats. So, of course, this token of appreciation is not only to thank them for the training program, but also for thanking them, for motivating them, for standing by them today and tomorrow as well. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we now draw this memorable program to a close. It is time to formally thank all those who made this day possible. Ladies and gentlemen, apologies. We want to still award one more teacher who has joined us now. Of course, she was occupied with another commitment, but every teacher today has worked hard through this teacher training program. They have dedicated their sweat, their tears, their Saturdays to be here, to perform better in their job, to make sure that your children are empowered. So, of course, we want to award this teacher her well-deserved certificate. Let's invite once again the chief guest on stage to provide this certificate to this one last teacher who is here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more teacher who has completed this certification. So let's, with a round of applause, invite her on stage, Ms. Rumana Mazia from Al Hikmah College. Congratulations on your achievement of completing this certification, completing the training program, and being here today. Thank you to our chief guest for also joining us on stage to provide this last certification. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to all our teacher assistants who've completed this training program. And as the lecturers have mentioned, as the guests of honor have mentioned, this is only the beginning of your journey. You have to grow from here. You have to go from here forward. So, of course, we are grateful you are here today. We are grateful to see you complete the training program. We are grateful to see you receive the certification through SSDF. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are drawing this memorable program to a close. It is time to formally thank all those who made this day and this entire training journey possible. To the teachers who've completed the certification, to the lecturers who've supported us through this entire training program, to SSDF for organizing and facilitating the training program. We'd like to invite all of you and to deliver the vote of thanks. I now invite Mr. Shahid Sangani, Secretary of SSDF, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I like to thank Mr. Najib, Deputy Director of Education Development and in charge of Tamil Muslim schools in Western Province for honoring us here. And all the teachers, principals, and invitees who are here for spending your Saturday and coming and being part of this amazing ceremony to honor our teacher trainees who have completed a 6 months rigorous training, sacrificing their Saturdays to be trained as teachers. Unfortunately, we could not have this program when we first invented, because this would have been the ideal program where Governor Western Province Hanif Yusuf was going to be the chief guest, where he could have then seen the talent what we have in this room and given a possibly permanent teaching appointment to all of you all, because that is what you all deserved. Unfortunately, as SSDF, we cannot do that, but now we have equipped you good there, and inshallah, with the support of Mr. Najib and the teacher trainers, maybe in future you can get some permanent appointments. The other thing that I like to thank another set of people who are not here, but without whom none of this is possible, and that is our donors. SSDF, we are a group of 12 people who are trying to do our best to uplift the education of the 17 SFDF schools with over 15,000 students. We are only a facilitator, catalyst, but all this is only possible because of the financial and the other moral support we get from our donors. And if today they had been here, I think they would have been proud to say that their money is being well spent. And the teachers who have been trained here are not impacting just those their own lives, but lives of 14,000 students at any given time. And inshallah, as they keep on teaching, like Mr. Mufti Hamid said, that's amanat you have earned. So this is a benefit, and the donors are going to get for years and years to come, where we are going to teach students to be better citizens in the world and make a contribution to their families, to themselves, and to the country. So I wish all the teachers all the very best in their teaching careers. Just keep in mind that what you have learned today is for the future generations' development. There is a lot to do. Mr. Our chief guest and chairman was talking about your responsibilities and the roles you can play. Mufti talked about it, and so all the other speakers before us. So you carry a huge responsibility, even a burden, I would say, unfortunately. But teaching is the noblest of all the professions. So all the very best. And also thank you very much. And special thank you to Mr. Rifaideen and Ms. Nazira for making sure that this program was carried forward for the last 6 months, and the excellent arrangement that has been done today. It's truly a very professionally managed, fantastic program. So thank you very much for both of them and their support staff who made it possible. So with that, I thank everybody. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Mr. Shahid Sangani, for the vote of thanks and for thanking everyone who has joined us here today to make this event a possible event. And of course, as we disperse, let us not forget the ultimate purpose of our efforts, to seek the pleasure of Almighty Allah and to serve His creation with sincerity. So of course, we will now conclude with dua and salawat, after which the gathering will be dispersed. So let me welcome on stage Master Emmar Muhammad from TB Jaya Zahira College to provide the dua and salawat for us.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu ala Muhammad. Ya Rabbi salli wa sallim. Subhanakallahumma وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Master Abdullah, for the dua and salawat. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have now concluded the event. Thank you for joining us once again. We ask award recipients to remain in the hall, and we ask all parents to gather outside for refreshments alongside the guests of honor and chief guest, as well as the organizing committee.